Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are doing a demo of my new laser engraver. So I now have this kind of personal laser engraver. It is the Ortur Laser Master 3. Pretty cool little unit. It's got a 400 millimeter by 400 millimeter surface, engraving surface that it can do. It's portable-ish, like you're not going to take it somewhere necessarily, so I guess it's not portable, but it'll fit in most of your garages or houses or whatever. Literally, like, look at this thing. When I'm not using it, I unplug it and I hang it on my wall over there. So it's a nice little unit. It's compact. You can go on like a kitchen table or something like that. I have it set up. It's not very deep, so I have mine set up on a couple of sawhorses that are adjustable height, so that I can move it up and down. Right now, I'm just working with little test pieces of wood, but I can do a full guitar body on this thing. It will be deep enough if I set the laser up a little higher. If I didn't have this, I would just use some bench cookies probably. It's also very stable, which is nice. So I don't have to worry about it banging back and forth and screwing up the laser cut. So part of the reason I decided to demo this thing is one, that it will actually be useful for you guys because it's small. It's got some really cool capabilities. I'm just learning how to use it. You can see I've got my first demo that I did here, and we're doing another one in this video. But my first one, I burned the heck out of it because I wasn't very familiar with the settings. So needs a little bit of work there. I'm actually refilming this portion because my sound didn't pick up on the first one, so the second test went better, but I won't spoil it for you just yet. You can run this thing off your phone, or you can run it off a laptop. I run it off an old laptop of mine. I don't have it here right now, but again, I'm refilming this intro. But there actually is an app for it. So you can run this thing off your phone. It's got the ability to do kind of like grayscale photo engraving and stuff like that, really quick outline work, and it can cut pieces out. So if you've got a piece like this, for example, you can cut out, and even thicker than this, you can cut out like coasters and stuff, all of that. What you want for that, though, is there is an air assist pump that you can get. It's like a little compressor. You plug it in, and it adds some air when the laser's firing to do the cutout. And yeah, that's how you make that work. So you wouldn't really want to do the cutout thing without that. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't work as well. One warning, and I found that out especially while doing this, because the laser I use at the shop has a vacuum attached to it essentially. If you're doing deeper burns like that, which again wasn't deliberate, you're going to create a lot of smoke. Okay, so don't be doing this in your kitchen without ventilation, that kind of thing. You're going to kick up quite a bit of smoke. If you're doing just a gentle outline burn or something like that, then it's not going to be so bad. But yeah, have some ventilation. Have a fan, put it next to a window, or if you're like me, put it in your garage. After I did that one, I actually had to open the door a little bit and use my leaf blower to clear the smoke out of here. So do be careful. But if you're interested in a laser engraver, this one's pretty cool. I've used several of them, and this one is my favorite of the, well, by several, I mean like three that I've used, especially because of its size and the fact that I can just keep it in my garage. It's fairly easy to run. I'm still getting the hang of it. All right, we're going to do some more tests later. We're going to make some cool stuff once I get more familiar with it. I'm not very good at technology. I'm a bit of a Luddite, but we're working on it. So let's talk about where you can get it if you're interested, and then let's go ahead and run the test. So you can pick this thing up from a few different places. Amazon's a very easy one, of course. They do have them there. There's also the Ortur website itself. There's the ZBanks website. You know what? I'm going to put some links. I'm going to put a couple links in the description below. You can check them out there. And I may, I'm not sure yet, but I may have a discount link coming. I'd say probably don't count on that because I'm not entirely sure, but it's possible. I think it's pretty cool. You know, it hooks up to your Wi-Fi for your phone, or it hooks up via Bluetooth or something to your phone. It's got like a status light, and you can do firmware upgrades on it and stuff. It's a pretty cool system. Anyway, that's where you can get it. Let's go ahead and move on to my pre-recorded footage where I'll show you what exactly it is that we're actually going to be engraving today, and you can get a sense of the test. I'll tell you right now, I'm pretty happy with this thing. At first instance, I'm looking forward to actually doing some projects with it, and I don't think it'll take me long to get the hang of it. It seems pretty straightforward. So let's get on with it. All right, we're getting this set up. This one's pretty easy to focus. There's a little arm. There's a little switch here that you flip down, and it creates a little arm that you use, and then you just loosen it off here and set it to the correct height, tighten it. Should already be focused because I did the test before. I burned the heck out of that, so this time I'm going to go way lighter. I've got this hooked up to my laptop. This laptop is ancient, but it's still working for this at least. Now here's what I'm trying to do. We'll see. We'll see if that works. I don't really know what I'm doing. Lightburn itself has a YouTube channel. That's the program I'm using, and it has a good tutorial on how to get set up, how to get connected, all of that. So there's a little nuance to it, but that works pretty well. So I've got two images here. I've got my line that I'm trying to burn in, and I've got my image, and you can play with the speed and the power settings for each layer. This one allows you to work in layers. Really cool stuff. I have no idea how this is going to look because I haven't had a chance to really test these settings, but we're going to give it a try. Now, there is an option to frame, and there's an option to preview, although it's going to look ridiculous with a solid background like that. So I'm going to try the frame option, which will kind of outline where it's going to operate on here. But first I need to turn it on. So to do that, make sure my stop isn't on. Got a set of keys. Starts blinking. Turn it on. It moves itself into the corner to make sure that it is at machine home, so to speak. Or at least that's what I call it from all my time using a water jet. And this, I think, is in the right spot. But anyway, we'll try framing it. So I'll put you back over here. So that's the space it's going to take up. It just kind of goes around the space. And I could actually enable the laser to do that too, but I'm not going to. It looks ready. Let's give it a try and hope for the best. So there we go. It's pretty quiet. Doesn't make a ton of noise. You can see I've got this set to outline. If it'll focus. Yeah, so it did the name logo very easily with outline. It's in there pretty good. Now, what I'm worried about is this raster burn covering it up entirely. So you might not actually be able to see the Angove after, just because of the way I've got it set up. That's entirely possible, but we're going to find out. I'm not going to make you guys watch this whole thing. It's burning pretty quick. I've got the speed dialed up pretty high and the power pretty low because, again, I burned the heck out of it before. So I'm just trying the opposite now. Before I had the speed low and the power high, and it really ate into the wood, which is good if you want to do like a fill, right? Like I could do a super glue fill, an epoxy fill, a grain filler fill, whatever. But if you're just looking for a lasered texture, you don't necessarily want to do that. So that's what we're running right now, a fast and light burn. Light burn. I'm a nerd. I forget what the settings were exactly, but it's just working its way through, and we're going to try and end up with something like that. So I'm not going to make you guys watch the whole thing, but we will be back in a few minutes when it's done, because you can see how it's working. And yeah, I'll show you what we ended up with. All right, guys, so I walked away from this thing for a while. The burn didn't take very long, I don't think. I was just busy. And it's gone ahead and shut itself off, which is a nice feature. You can walk away from it. I mean, I guess I can't recommend that because I don't want you to like light your houses on fire, but it's just a little laser. It seemed fine to me. So I'm just going to finish shutting it off. But yeah, here's what I ended up with. It doesn't have a ton of detail, but it kind of did what it was supposed to. I think I just need to play with the settings. I need to learn this thing. I need to work on it, and I'm going to. And I'm going to have some fun with it. So, guys, that is the Ortur LaserMaster 3. It's a very stable laser. Like, you've been having it on this little rig, which isn't particularly sturdy. I haven't encountered any issues with it banging back and forth or anything like that. It's been very sturdy. It's very light. So I can, like I said, I just hang it on my wall when I'm not using it. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I recommend it, I guess. I know it's capable of doing better stuff than I know how to do with it, but I'm hoping to work on that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can find this laser at Ortur's website or probably some other places as well. There is, like I said, an air assist pump that you can get for it. I think that's even available on Amazon. It looks like a cool feature. That might be the thing that I get next. And I've actually got, I mean, this doesn't come standard. There's an Ortur engraving plate here so that you don't cut into like your table or whatever you're working on. So kind of cool that they've got those accessories. The thing works really well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And remember to subscribe so you can see the next stuff that we've got coming out, including me hopefully doing some more cool projects with this thing. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed.